What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 228. Today we're joined by Miller Football instead of Wonder. I know the banner didn't change, but I can't actually fix that. And he looks lost and dazed and confused. Ah, there it is.
Blue light glasses.
Bro,
My
couldn't
eyes are
find
going
his-
to strain and fall out of my head.
This dude, content creator, can't look at a screen for 3 seconds without eye problems. Might be time
I'm
to
sorry,
retire.
I don't want long-term glasses like you over here.
I had these before. I was staring at screens all the time.
Yeah, likely story.
I mean,
Everyone knows glasses didn't exist before the internet.
well, I didn't say they did. I just said I wasn't on the internet. There's a difference.
Nope, everyone's on the internet all of the time. Didn't you watch Bo Burnham?
Well, in 2020, yes, we were. I'm talking about 2008, dog.
You didn't exist back then.
I wish that were so.
Oh, now I feel bad.
I'm old.
I've given him PTSD.
Also,
Oh.
2008 was also a really fucked up year. That was
Yeah,
not
didn't
good.
the stock market explode that year? Or the housing market, not the stock market.
Yeah. My brother also spent the entire summer in the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was generalizing. I didn't.
Oh, no. It
That's-
was just a fucked up year.
Who won the Super Bowl in 2008?
Giants. Well, the 07, the Super Bowl that was
Right.
played in 08 was the 2007 season.
Right.
So it was the Giants.
Yeah. Fucked up year for sure.
Yeah.
The
Randy
Giants
Moss
winning
didn't
a
get his
ring.
ring. That's so unfortunate.
Uh,
The fact that
we did
Randy
get a
Moss
Madison
played in,
Hitchcock ring though.
the fact that Randy Moss played in 3 Super Bowls and never won a ring is just depressing.
Well, that was also the year Boston won the finals.
True, gross.
Yeah. Very
Damn.
unfortunate year.
Is this year going to be as fucked up? I really hope not. But I mean, Boston did just win the finals again. We're not
Yeah,
on a
the
good
Chiefs
pace.
won the Super Bowl, so we're good in the NFL world.
Are we?
Yeah.
Isn't every player on the Chiefs just a criminal?
Just Isaiah Buggs, who they cut, and also Rashee Rice, who exists.
And also 6 other dudes. To be fair, they were just smoking weed, but still criminal.
Yeah.
Still on their record. Still a criminal.
If they're a criminal, what's that make you?
Shh. Undiscovered.
Off the grid.
Well,
I mean, you do live in the middle of nowhere, so that's probably why they don't. There's no police out there. You don't have a.
yeah, the nearest cops are a
legal
ways away.
system.
I can get stuff taken care of before they get, just flick it out in the field. It's you can't prove that's mine. That was literally out in the middle of a field. The
It was
fuck?
the deer.
True. Deer are goddamn potheads, let me tell you. Golly. What a time. Miller, how you doing though? It's been a long time since you were on the show.
Yeah, no, I'm doing all right. I'm tired. My allergies are beating my ass, but I've been
Same.
binging The Boys, hence the Billy Butcher shirt of choice today.
Oh,
Might be my favorite show of all time. I am undecided, but it's definitely up there. I fucking love that show. Anthony Starr as Homelander is one of the greatest performances in anything ever, and I will die on that hill. I know you don't watch it, so me saying this is probably going to sound blasphemous, but he's up there with Heath Ledger's Joker as one of the greatest villains of all time.
I don't know about that. Well,
Hey.
so it's not about the Joker being one of the greatest villains of all time. The reason Heath Ledger's so praised is for being so I don't even want to say exactly comically accurate, though he is, but it's also
Right.
more the devotion to the role. So I could see it.
Yeah, I'm just talking see, that's when I'm thinking of the greatest villains of all time. I'm thinking of just the performance, not the outside factors, not how dedicated they were, just the on-screen product. And I think him, Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, Darth Vader, obviously. you think of his name, but the guy from No Country for Old Men, he's up there. I don't know why I can't think of his name. I haven't seen that movie in forever, so it's escaping me. But Homelander is like right up there. It's just so incredible. Not only the writing and how they were able to take a, I know I just said I don't care about the outside stuff, but just like to give you more of an idea how they were able to take a shitty comic character that was just like, look at me, I'm edgy, and I would be Superman if Superman was real, which isn't true, obviously, and turning him into, hey, there's some pretty fucked up people in like the world right now that get a lot of attention and are praised as gods. This is what they're actually like. Like this guy that's fucked up and you look at as like a super evil person might be president next year. That's what this is, literally to a T. And then you throw in the like, you know, just the performance by Anthony Starr, his mannerisms, and you know, a lot of like Heath Ledger, like the way he spoke and the things he'd do when he wasn't speaking, and the way he would just absorbed attention in a scene. There's a lot of that in Anthony Starr's performance as well. It's incredible.
The fact that sorry, you brought up the election thing, and I don't actually want to talk about it, other than the fact that that stupid Bo Burnham song is now relevant twice pisses me off. How is the best case scenario, Joe Biden?
Yeah.
How is the best case scenario? That I don't like it. It makes me upset.
No, it is.
It's okay. I got iced coffee in a Twilight cup.
I've got a rose pink 3DS.
I've got a black Wiimote.
Yeah, well, my 3DS is cooler because check this out.
Yeah, but it's a Wiimote. I can play Wii Sports.
Okay,
Checkmate.
wait until you see everything I can play on this.
Checkmate Wii Sports.
This is a really funny story about this. I want to tell this story because I haven't gotten a chance to tell it anywhere yet.
Nice.
So, maybe my favorite video game of all time is Pokemon Heart Gold. It's that, and it's Red Dead Redemption 2. Those are my top two, right? A buddy of mine texted me and he goes, hey, I know this is your favorite game. He had a cartridge of it. You can see it there. He had a cartridge of it, and he was like, I have an extra one. Do you want it? I was like, I would love it, but I don't have a DS anymore. Like, I lost my DS in a move a couple years back. So he was like, oh, okay. So we went to that convention, ironically, where we met the two guys from Red Dead. He was like, I found a Japanese 3DS for $40 on eBay if you want to buy it. And I was like, I appreciate you looking, but if I get a system, I want to be able to understand what's happening. I don't want one where I can't like understand it, right? Everything would be in Japanese. It was locked on being Japanese somehow. And without skipping a beat, he goes, oh no, I can fix it. I can make it right. And I was like, okay, if you can fix it, by all means. A week goes by. I give him the $40 to buy it. A week goes by. He sends me a video of a 3DS with a flying Grayson's background. I was like, huh, I don't think 3DSs are supposed to have those. And then he goes on to show me that he homebrewed the whole thing, and it has 1,000 DS, Game Boy Advanced, and 3DS games just preloaded onto it. And it's like, holy shit, I've been given my childhood in a pink package, and I could not be happier. I have every Pokemon game ever made, except for the Switch one, which I own on my Switch, loaded into this bastard.
Nice.
And now I get to replay them all, and I'm so excited. But my already non-productive upload schedule is going to suffer because of it, because now all I want to do is sit and play this.
Bro isn't on that daily upload shit.
I'm not. I would be.
I'm on that 2 times a day upload shit.
Couldn't imagine.
Hit that.
You're
Run
also
the North.
making money, though. So.
Not on YouTube videos.
That's
I just
true.
want to. That's why I'm going so dumb about it. Okay, I'm a little offended by this, so let's see if you are too. Wyatt's World 2 minutes ago posted his top 5 fast food restaurants as of 2024. Number 1 is A&W, which is such a weird choice. I kind of respect it. I've never been,
so I can't say.
I have. It's pretty all right. I respect it. Number 2 is Culver's, which is just so ass.
Never been, so I can't.
Number 3 is Dairy Queen.
Based.
No. Have you ever eaten the food at Dairy Queen?
Yes.
because their ice cream sucks now too. Also,
Okay.
they don't clean their machines, so it's a death trap.
Well, yeah, for you with a peanut allergy, I totally understand. But me,
There's a
who
lot of
was...
places with peanut stuff where they like clean.
No, but I'm saying that's my point. If they're not cleaning their machines, and I can get why you'd
Yeah.
have a vendetta against
Yeah,
them.
I hate DQ.
Like, that's totally valid. But me personally, I was chosen by God to be normal and to be able to consume
Wow.
food. Yeah, no,
Oh,
sorry.
don't worry. Me
Peanut
and God are gonna have
allergies-
words one day.
Listen, a peanut allergy is simply natural selection. Okay.
I don't think so.
But no, my family gets DQ just for the food
That's
more often than not.
insane.
You have not had their chicken tenders.
I have.
Best fast food chicken tenders.
No.
Yeah, dude. Maybe it's just specifically the Dairy Queen in my hometown, because we have had chicken tender shortages because they sell out so fast on their chicken tenders sometimes, where they have gone weeks without them. And I find that so funny. Because imagine going to Dairy Queen and asking for food and they say, no, we're out.
Yes,
Have ice
because
cream
normally
instead.
it's just gone bad. Because nobody eats there. That's probably
Not in
what
my
happens
town.
most of the time.
No, there is always
I
a
can
line
name,
out to the
Like
street.
84 places with better chicken tendies, including, I don't know, Tyson ones that you can buy for like $2 for 400
Well, that doesn't
of
count.
them.
That isn't fast food. We're
It's
talking
literally
fast food chicken
faster.
tenders.
It takes like 2 minutes in the microwave.
What if I beat you with a metal rod?
You'd probably fail because of all the Dairy Queen chicken tendies.
I actually haven't eaten there in a couple weeks, so they're out of my system.
But number 4, he has Popeyes, which,
Mm-mm.
all right. I've never
Not a
had a
Popeyes
Popeyes
enjoyer.
where it, for some reason, I've eaten Popeyes 3 times. And I think
So have I.
all 3
ironically.
locations, I think they haven't changed out their frying oil since about 1942. I'm pretty sure I can taste the
Yikes.
war.
You got a little hint of mustard gas in there.
Yeah, I think so. It's awful, dude. I
The
swear.
side of shell shock, yeah.
And then at number 5, McDonald's.
A safe choice.
Sure, McDonald's is my like. I'm trying to think of what that stupid thing's the Mendoza line in baseball, where that's like the decider for like if your batting average is below the Mendoza line, you're bad. If it's above it, you're fine. Like
Oh, so
It's
like
just-
the Andy Dalton line.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's the Dalton line. It's the Mendoza line. McDonald's is my Mendoza line. Like, if you're better than McDonald's, cool. If you're worse than McDonald's, though, yeah, I don't understand. This shit is the most mediocre thing of all time, but it's always mediocre. It's never bad. It's never great. It's just always mediocre.
I don't know.
Which
Sometimes
I
McDonald's
respect.
can hit. Sometimes
when you're in the
McDonald's can
mood
hit.
for it, sure, but it's still not great. It's still just McDonald's. You just want McDonald's. I get it. I have McDonald's cravings sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll drive to a McDonald's sometimes.
My favorite thing about McDonald's, though, is the customer service, because they never get your order wrong. And they will, at least in my experience, they never get your order wrong. And they will adhere to the goofiest requests. Like my grandfather is the pickiest eater I know. And there have been so many times where he has gone to McDonald's and been like, hey, I know you have fries sitting out that are prepared and are like hot, like underneath the heater. It's not like they're soggy or some shit. Like they're perfectly fine fries. Can you whip me up a new batch of lightly done French fries? And they'll just be like, sir, yes, sir. And they'll do it. Like that's good customer service right there.
See, I do like. So I don't know the last time I've truly spoken to a McDonald's employee.
Uh-huh.
I order on my phone, pull up to one of the like numbered parking spots right out the front door, and wait. So my interaction with the McDonald's people is they say my name, I go, yeah. They give me my food, I say thank you, have a good one, and then I eat my food. I don't talk to people to order because that's how they fuck up your order.
That's fair.
Just because I also like to I don't want a double quarter pounder. I want like a triple cheeseburger with bacon, lettuce, and tomato. And like when I try to say that to a person, they give me weird looks. They don't question it when I just order the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Though it does annoy me on the app. I can't add mac sauce. But like if I'm talking to the people, you can add mac sauce. It's like, why is this just not a selection I can make?
Yeah.
I just want mac sauce. God damn it.
You know, I've never had a Big Mac. I've
That's
been on this planet
insane.
for 21 years. Never had a Big Mac. I've never had a Whopper either.
That's also insane, but like good for you because Burger King's so ass. I don't think
I
there's
like
a
Burger
restaurant I
King.
have a bigger vendetta against. I get sick every time I eat there. It's the grossest food on the planet.
I mean, I don't get their burgers. Maybe that's the
What the
difference.
hell are you eating at Burger King?
Chicken sandwich.
That's
Chicken
the
sandwiches are
worst
nice.
fast food chicken sandwich. That's
I disagree.
not true.
I think it's better than McDonald's.
The
I don't like
McCrispy,
McDonald's
sure,
chicken.
but the hot and spicy McChicken, that's $1.
I don't do
The
spicy.
fact that the hot and spicy McChicken is now $2.50 hurts my soul. Same with the McDouble. I remember vividly in high school, I could get 2 McDoubles, a McChicken, a small fry, and a drink for $5, and it was the greatest time of my life. There's a reason I'm fat. I acknowledge this.
I was gonna say that's a big old order right there.
It's not though, because you got to remember a McChicken and a McDouble are both like this
Yeah.
fucking big,
Yeah.
which is why it offends me that they're like $3 now. It's like that's not worth $3. That's atrocious.
Plus, I might be big, but I got a small stomach.
Same,
It's so funny.
but
Yeah.
I don't remember if I ever actually ate all that, but
Yeah.
but that's what I'd order because it was like $5. Well, because you can reheat a McChicken or a burger.
True.
You can just pop that in the microwave and boom, you got a snack
Yeah.
for later. So
But yeah, I get the Burger King slander when it comes to like their burgers and stuff. Like you know the RDJ story. That's still one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard.
true.
Like I think that's the epitome of Burger King. But I do like their chicken sandwiches from time to time. I'm not going out of my way to get Burger King, but like if I got to eat there, I'm not complaining.
Oh, I will either just not eat or I will go somewhere else at this point. I gave him another chance the other day. So the only thing I ever really liked from Burger King was back in the day when they had the Stackers, which was just basically a Whopper, but it was a special sauce that they put on it.
I think I remember them. Yeah.
Well, on the patty melts that they keep bringing out every once in a while, that has Stacker sauce. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm in town. McDonald's is really busy. Those are the 2 options for food in that town, McDonald's and Burger King. So I was like, McDonald's is full, Burger King's empty. I'm just going to go get Burger King. We'll give them a shot.
Sure.
Puked my guts out for 24
Yeah.
hours after, which is the 4th time that's happened to Burger King. It's dead to me. It's awful. You can't convince me that's real people food.
Maybe you're just picky.
Not really. I mean,
No,
I
I-
definitely am picky in some ways, but I
I was
don't
gonna say,
get
I don't
sick
think
from
I've-
food. That's just bad food.
I don't think I've ever gotten sick from fast food like that, unless there was like a third factor that came into play.
No, I've
Like,
gotten
car
food
sickness
poisoning
or-
multiple times.
I've gotten food poisoning before, but never from fast food. I've gotten
Subway
it from
was
like
a
ordering
good
from
one.
a restaurant.
The Subway
I
one was tough.
never.
I didn't eat Subway for like 7 years. That's how bad it was.
I think I've eaten at a Subway once in my life.
I wish we had better sandwich shops here, but the best we got is a Subway. So
We have Sheets. That's my go-to
I
for
don't know what the hell a
everything.
Sheets is.
Well, that's because you live over there and not on the East Coast.
Oh well.
So basically, Sheets is a gift from Christ himself. He
Oh.
like knelt down from the heavens and placed it upon the East Coast, specifically in like the DMV. And it's a gas station. But they have this thing called the MTO, which is their made to order, and they make an assortment of food. You can get anything. They have sandwiches, they have burgers, they have chicken, they have salads, they have milkshakes. Like you can get, it's like a fast food place inside the gas station, and it is the single greatest thing ever created. And there is like a cult following to it. They're apparently now the official sponsors of the Pittsburgh Pirates, which is fucking incredible.
Wait, who are?
Sheets.
Insane. Okay.
Yeah, there's a big Sheets. I saw Sheets posted it. There's a big, which by the way, I follow them on social media. That's how fucking good they are. They have a Sheets patch on the Pirates sleeves now. Like they're official sponsors. A gas station that makes food.
Nice.
But you have not lived life until you've had mac and cheese bites from Sheets.
All right. I guess I don't know if I'll ever be living life. Though I will be on the East
Unfortunate.
Coast in like a month. So,
Yeah, but you're gonna be down in Florida. I don't think Sheets goes down that
and even
far.
if it does, like, am I really going to choose out of all the places I could eat in Orlando to go to Sheets?
I mean, I think you would, just based off this conversation, to try to prove me wrong or something. Because
don't
I
think
know
so.
you.
That's fucked up. What?
Maryland, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Virginia.
I don't know if I'm ever going to a Sheets. I don't know if I'm ever going to any of those states for, like, maybe Ohio for fucking, like, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Maybe.
If you go to Ohio, you gotta
you gotta hit
go.
up Sheets.
You gotta hit up Sheets.
It's the
a
Run the
must.
North live episode from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
From Sheets.
Oh,
Not
yes.
from the Pro Football
Oh,
Hall
yes.
of Fame, from Sheets.
Yeah, we were at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We're going to the Hall of Fame game later, but we're here at Sheets to record this episode this week.
We have like a Sheets employee in the back just like on call to get us snacks and shit. We're sponsored by Sheets.
That'd be kind of sick, not gonna lie.
First podcast ever to be sponsored by Sheets.
I doubt that.
Should be our not I don't know of any podcast sponsored by Sheets. I can't think of any.
I don't know. I feel like it's definitely happened.
I mean, maybe, but we'd be the best podcast sponsored by Sheets.
True, we're just the best podcast. We're not the best podcast you've never heard of, though. That's Small Talks with the Big Guy. Ero's podcast. Because that's how he intros it. Welcome to the best podcast you've never heard of. Which I find hilarious.
That is great. We're the best podcast you may have heard of.
You may have heard of. There you go.
There's a chance. It's not guaranteed.
Why are we bullying Anthony Richardson?
What are we bullying Anthony
I don't know. He was
Richardson for?
trending on Twitter, and I clicked on the trend, and it's just when Anthony Richardson threw his first touchdown pass as a starter, but it was a pick six. It's like, bro, why are we bullying Anthony Richardson?
I thought it was going to be something about him putting on weight. Did you see he's up at like 255 or something?
That's probably not ideal, but sure.
No, he did it on purpose.
Okay.
He's bulking up so he doesn't get hurt when he runs. That's like his
It's wild,
idea.
The two different ways that the quarterbacks go, because Lamar's like, hey, I've only been hurt the last couple of years because I put on some weight. I'm going to slim back down. But I mean, very different like, styles, because Anthony Richardson wants to play like Josh Allen, where it's like, hey, right. You, I'm going to run through you.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it'll make Anthony Richardson the third heaviest quarterback in NFL history. Let me double check that.
Behind what,
He's
Big
up
Ben
there.
and Josh Allen? See, but Cam's going to be up there too.
Yeah. Okay, Cam's only 245.
Really? That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's the heaviest, like, genuine starter. Because you got the pill. Oh.
What the fuck? I don't know why it just kicked me out of the call. That was really weird.
It wouldn't have kept recording, would it?
No, yeah. I'm on OBS. Did? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was weird.
That is odd. That is quite peculiar.
Like, it just kicked me out of the call. It's like, you're not talking anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's the Pillsbury Throw Boy was 275. And then Jamarcus Russell was 265. There was Bruce Eugene, who was drafted and never played. It's called the Round Mound of Touchdown, which is incredible. He was 260. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Dante Culpepper ended up there.
Probably. Culpepper was a big dude.
Yeah. In fact, I know where I saw this at. I can find it on TikTok because someone made a video about it.
Someone made a video about it. That's not good.
Well, no, in a good way, talking about like the benefits of big quarterbacks, not. Here we go.
I still have no clue what the hell forced me out of there. Oh, my camera's not on anymore. I don't know if you really care.
Yeah, I
but
will
there you
say
go.
though, he starts the video by calling him Mukbang Anthony Richardson, which is quite funny.
Nice.
But it's my boy Anthony from Esquire Sports. Yeah, and it's Dante Culpepper, Jamarcus Russell, and the Pillsbury Throwboy are the top three, and then Anthony Richardson would be number 4, and heaviest quarterbacks of all time.
That's wild.
At least heaviest starting quarterbacks.
Oh God, what the fuck? Wyatt's World is on
What?
some trend of doing top 5s today, and they're all bad. Oh yeah. So what are your top 5 fast food restaurants? We were having a whole conversation, and then we sidetracked.
Off the cuff, I don't know if I could put them in order. Five Guys is above everything else.
Trash.
I'm a shill. I don't care. Their burgers are so fucking good.
See, my thing is they're not. Well, from everything I've heard, they're actually just not that good, and they also cost $25 a burger. Therefore,
I think they're
garbage.
incredible.
Like,
I think they're incredible.
I can make a burger grinding up steak and using actual good ingredients cheaper than they can make me a shitty fast food burger. Have you ever noticed at Five Guys? I see this every time somebody posts a picture of their food. Why does it look like whoever was making the burger was the most aggressive motherfucker of all time? You got the Hulk just burger.
Yeah, you know how
It's like, what the fuck?
You know how people say they're making burgers with love?
Yeah, they make it with
At
pure
Five Guys,
anger.
no, they make it with passion.
No, rage. That's called rage. That's not passion. That's rage.
So you don't want a barbarian burger? Is that
No.
what you're telling me?
Probably forgot to wash
wizard
their fucking
player
hands,
over
too.
here. Wizard player over here. Sorcerer head ass. Ooh, look at me, I have magic. Full caster head ass.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Actually, that's not true. I'm not a full caster. Got 1 level in Monk.
me.
So I can beat your ass.
Anyway, yeah, Monk is just lame barbarian.
Monk's cooler. What do you mean?
No. Barbarian cool because big dumb idiot get angry and go "Urgh," and then beat your head in.
It's funny that you say that because the next barbarian I'm playing has a 20 intelligence.
Lame.
No, it's
How
the
dare
coolest
you
shit.
subvert stereotypes? But
'Cause
no,
that's more fun.
I mean, I do that. My favorite character I've ever made is a bard that has no interest in sex. So,
El Bozo.
but no, I would say Five Guys. Arby's is up there.
Whoa.
Arby's is probably my number 2.
That's insane.
Wendy's.
You just like expensive shit.
Wendy's is up there.
Wendy's I want to like so bad, but the last 3 times I've gone there, it's like they forget even that salt and pepper exists. Their food has no flavor. It is the bland. But I'm also, that one might just be our Wendy's. No idea.
I was gonna say it's the fucking Wyoming Wendy's. You expect them to be good?
I mean, yeah.
It's Wyoming. Y'all don't have real things up there.
Well, it's in a
They're
real
making food out
town.
of mud and dirt.
That's not true.
That's all you have in Wyoming is mud and dirt.
I really think you should Google Wyoming.
Yeah, it's mud and dirt. It's Dagobah up there, except without the cool little funky green guy.
Well, no, we got some funky green guys.
That's concerning. So yeah, Five Guys, Arby's, Wendy's, probably put Dairy Queen up there. And I don't consider Chick-fil-A fast food, but if we want to go off the
it
pretense that
definitely
it's
is fast food.
If we're calling it fast food, then Chick-fil-A.
Why would
other
Chick-fil-A
one.
not be fast food?
It's too good. It's above. It's
See,
its own thing.
well, no,
It
it's
simply
definitely fast food.
transcends.
Mine would have to be In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, Shake Shack. And then it gets really tough.
See, I haven't had 2 of those 3 places.
Shake Shack is a very East Coast thing, but I don't know where the nearest one to you would even
I've never
be.
been near one. Let's find out.
But Shake Shack's good stuff. I like Shake Shack.
I've heard good things.
In-N-Out will always be my goat, though, and it's not just that I think the food's good, but also it is by far the best value for any fucking fast food place. Because, like, they use real food and you can tell. You know what I mean? It's not like the McDonald's, most of their hamburger patties, you cannot convince me that's more than 12% beef. I cannot be convinced. But, so, like, In-N-Out, real food. But, like, they pay their employees incredibly well and give them all benefits for working there, like actual benefits, which is cool. And they're just cheaper than every other fast food place. So real food, treat employees well, cheaper. It's like, In-N-Out's got it figured out. Love them.
Yeah. Apparently there's one relatively close to me.
Like within like a couple hours.
Yeah, it's just the opposite direction of where I usually go to places.
That makes sense. Well, if you ever go that direction, try some Shake Shack.
There's also one down near Washington, and if it's anywhere close to FedEx Field, I'll have to go try it when I go to the Bears Commanders game this year.
There you go. So I love Shake Shack, I'm not gonna lie, I like their burgers. I don't know if all of them open for breakfast, but the one that's in the Denver airport does. And a bacon, egg, and cheese from Shake Shack before you get on a plane is just, it's different. Because it's, the Shake Shack that's there is in the terminal that is United Airlines, and I basically only fly United at this point.
I wouldn't expose that to the internet.
Why?
They'll find you.
Bring it on, I guess. I
They'll be there.
Where are you going to be? At the United terminals? Yeah, so will I. You'd notice anyways.
They're coming for you. Now
Cool.
They know where to look.
Cool. What are you going to do? You got to get through airport security.
Airport security ain't going to scan these hands. Not my hands, but someone else's.
I mean, I'm down to throw hands. If you want to catch some hands, we can always go.
Imagine scrapping at the United Airlines terminal.
I could do it.
A gentlemanly round of fisticuffs, if you will.
Yes, gentlemanly. But so I got those three. I'm trying to think of what else I'd want to include. Taco Bell's gonna be up there for sure.
Oh fuck, I forgot Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's gonna be up there for sure. And then I don't know. Like around here, the answer would just be McDonald's because that's like the only thing we got. But I'm just trying. Honestly, that might be the one thing Wyatt's World got right. I might put A&W up there. Their burgers are all right, and I love their cheese curds. Might put A&W
Sheetz
up there.
makes some pretty baller cheese curds.
Bro, still on about Sheetz.
If Sheetz is considered fast food, which I don't know if it would be because it's a gas station.
No idea.
But if it is, that's peak, top tier.
Also, KFC might be up there.
I hate KFC.
Why?
I despise it. I've never liked it. I can't stand their chicken. It feels fake.
What do you mean it feels fake?
I'm big on like texture when it comes to food, and it just feels wrong.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna move on. It's okay.
Wow, this guy was gonna make a gay joke.
No, I was not.
Then what joke were you gonna make? Talking about mouthfeel, what other low-hanging fruit is there?
Well, I was gonna say it's, a juicy piece of chicken, probably something you wouldn't know anything about. Most people can't cook chicken, and it's always dry and overdone. It was a your family can't cook joke because I like to make those. But
well, my family's white.
That was the joke.
I'll have you know, my mother is a great cook. She just doesn't make a lot of fried chicken. She doesn't make any fried chicken.
L.
Now we're a beef family.
Chicken's so much better though.
No. See, the thing is with chicken, my mom gets really weirded out by preparing raw chicken because of the appearance of it.
Ah,
Like, it just grosses her out, so she doesn't like to do it often, because then if she does that, she has to make a second thing for herself, and it's unnecessary work.
weird, but okay. All right.
Woman makes a killer meatloaf, though.
I'm not a big meatloaf guy.
I wasn't either, and then my mom started making it. It's like, holy shit.
I don't know. It fucks me up texturally.
See, like I said, I'm a big texture guy too, and I get that, but like, I don't know. Other people, like, I've gotten that, like, my grandma's made meatloaf, or I've been at a friend's house and their family has made meatloaf, and it's like, I can't do it. Just something different about my mom's meatloaf. It bangs.
Um, yeah, meatloaf's just not a thing. Like, I'll eat it, but like I won't normally. Like, if I go to other people's houses and they're having meatloaf, I'm gonna Uber Eats myself some fucking Don's or something.
I would feel so bad doing that, dude. I'd just suck it up neat.
Nah, I
I
refuse.
couldn't, no. If I was at someone's house and they cooked food, I could not bring myself to not eat it.
Oh, I have to a lot because Wonder's family really likes to use peanut oil, and I know
Well, that's
like
different.
Chick-fil-A does that too.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest gripe, I think, with Five Guys.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A
obviously.
uses an oil that is peanut oil, but they
Uh-huh.
use a refined peanut oil that is more expensive, but it takes out the protein that most people are allergic to.
Yeah.
Therefore, I can eat it. Five Guys, the place
Counterpoint.
charging 5 times as much, can't spend the extra 30 cents on oil to make sure people can eat it.
Counterpoint. Chick-fil-A is homophobic.
So is Five Guys.
Where's the proof in that?
I assume all rich people who own businesses are homophobic, and it's normally
You know
correct.
what isn't homophobic? Cheats.
Proof?
They celebrate Pride Month.
So do a lot of businesses. That doesn't.
They also don't openly donate to anti-LGBT
That's
causes.
fair. That's fair. Dude, I really wish Chick-fil-A wasn't owned by such shitty people. But I also like to remember that most of the people that are making money from Chick-fil-A aren't those owners. Because
Yeah.
it's the franchisee,
Right,
and I like to
right.
assume that they're
And
not all
that's why
shitty.
why I eat Chick-fil-A. Like, I know the Chick-fil-A downtown in my area, the guy who owns it is a gay man. So
Nice,
it's like, fuck
that's
yeah.
funny. I like
Yeah.
that. I'd eat there
But no.
weekly.
It's so funny. I know I have a story for everything today, but I've got a funny Chick-fil-A story now. Speaking of homophobic chicken, so I did theater and choir and stuff in high school.
Yeah.
And when you're in theater and choir, it comes with the territory. There's a lot of people who are LGBTQ, right? And so there was this one girl who's fucking hilarious. She was a very outspoken lesbian. The one day we're all sitting eating Chick-fil-A, and it's real quiet. We're all just eating, and she goes, "Man, those fucking homophobes know how to make chicken." Just, and it was great because our director was walking in the room as she said that, and our director was this very unhinged woman, and she goes, "You've got a point.
You've
That
got
chicken
a
is
point.
really fucking good."
It's good chicken.
Yeah. But yeah, just imagine being in a silent room and somebody goes, "Man, those homophobes make really good fucking chicken."
I mean, you're not wrong.
Very true.
I
I miss high school. I peaked
really
there.
don't.
I can understand why you don't, judging by the stories you've told me.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
So then Wyatt's World did a top 5 ballpark food items. I know he's
Okay.
referring to baseball.
Okay.
At least it would appear. But his number 1 being beer, I find offensive. It's literally
Wow.
this. You're just paying extra for the same shitty beer you'd drink at home. You dipshit.
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
maybe if you're getting a draft beer, but you're not. You're drinking
The
a
fuck's a
shitty,
draft beer?
like, out of the keg. They put it in a cup with the tap.
I don't
But you're
know
not.
jack shit
You're
about
getting
alcohol.
a bottle or a can, and I know it. So, like,
Right.
that's not a number 1. Also, beer's not good. Also, stop being alcoholics, you freaks. Alcohol's bad.
Yeah.
Then his number 2 is just the classic hot dog. All right,
Okay.
dude. Number 3 is chips and cheese dip. Not nachos, chips and cheese dip.
Call them nachos, you rat.
No, because he doesn't want it. He doesn't want nachos. He wants chips and cheese.
What is the difference?
You dip the chip in the cheese instead of putting it on the chip.
That really disqualifies it from being a nacho, is if the cheese isn't on it
I guess.
already.
And also, a plain nacho is so stupid. Put some shit on your nachos, just don't have nachos.
I always eat nachos with just cheese.
That's ridiculous. You're a freak. Number 4, he has popcorn.
Okay, good take.
I don't know if it is. And then number 5 is helmet sundaes.
I can't relate to that.
Yeah, no, it's just a little mini baseball helmet with ice
I
cream.
mean,
in
I
it,
know,
but
I understand the concept. I'm just saying I've never indulged.
I haven't either.
I've been to one minor league baseball game, and when I was there, I didn't eat. I sat and chased a girl around.
Hey,
It
yo!
it was my sophomore year, and it was a girl I liked, and she drug me along the fucking. I say chased a girl around. She had me following her around. Her and her friends were walking around, and she drug me behind her like a lapdog. I was a simp in high school. Okay, it was a problem.
Were?
I would like to think I'm better now that I'm a man and I have some self-respect.
If you think you can't simp as a man, you're just a shitty man.
Well, I don't.
Just be a simp,
To
dog.
that degree. To that degree, where you're ditching your boys to go chase after a girl that doesn't actually have any interest
Well,
with you.
see,
Yeah,
that's when
I would
it's a
hope you're
problem.
not doing it. Yeah.
I'll ditch all of you if I'm actually dating somebody, though. Fuck you guys. You mean nothing.
No, it was a girl I thought liked me, but was leading me on, unfortunately.
She just wanted a lapdog.
Yeah, literally, that's what it was, but I was too dumb to realize that.
I'm trying to think. When I go to baseball games, I don't go to the just regular concession stand.
Hmm.
So I eat none of this. I don't know. I go to a baseball game every year. I don't know if I've ever had a hot dog at a baseball game.
Do they have bougie concession stands at
Oh,
baseball
yeah.
games?
Oh, yeah. The Rockies have some really bougie ones. The last time I was there, my dinner at this ball game was a loaded baked potato. So it was a baked potato with butter, sour cream, nacho cheese, a bunch of other stuff, and fucking burnt ends, barbecue burnt ends on top of it. That was fucking awesome. But am I supposed to say this loaded baked potato thing is, one of my top 5 ballpark food items? You're not getting that at any other ballpark. That's a top 5 Coors
Right.
Field item, though. Love Coors Field.
Yeah.
Really wish we had better owners. I'm also about to give up on my idea that we should boycott them because it doesn't work. Because Denver's not a city where the entire city are just fans of the teams from there. I've seen it be described as a transient city. So people from everywhere else kind of are there. So Rockies fans aren't going to the games, but there was a sellout the other night and the entire crowd wore Dodger blue. It sounded like a home game for the Dodgers. It's Rockies fans not showing support isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And that's just going to make me sad. It's damn, I'm really going to be the only guy with, a backbone here when it just doesn't matter.
Sadly, you can't defeat the corporations.
I could. It's just less
But what?
legal.
All right, Johnny Silverhand, settle down. We're not going to the top of Arasaka Tower anytime soon, all right?
You don't know. I also don't know what any of those words meant, but that's okay.
You've never played Cyberpunk?
No.
I figured that would be right up your alley.
I started it, but that was right when it released, and it really sucked. So
It's good now.
I haven't
fixed it.
given it the time yet.
YouTube series idea.
Right? That could work. I also know that would be a long ass series.
It would, and you'd have to do a lot of editing. Or censoring, at least.
Nah, I'll let it all show.
Well, that's how you get your channel banned, isn't
No,
it?
I think you can for YouTube
Really?
stuff. I think so. I can't remember, but I think so.
But yeah, no. Have you watched the anime of
No,
Cyberpunk? You
I
dude,
don't
do you
watch
watch anime?
things. I don't watch
That I
things.
know you don't watch things, but like it's like 5 hours long. Do yourself a favor.
Okay. The only anime I've ever seen is Death Note,
Cyberpunk was
which
the first
explains
anime
the
I
Misa Misa right there.
right. Cyberpunk was the first anime I ever watched, and it influenced me to actually watch anime because it was so fucking good.
I
As someone who in high school was like, I will never watch anime because I don't want to be grouped in with weebs, and
I
now it's like, holy shit, I was a loser and wrong. It's really good.
I thought Death Note was gonna get me to watch a bunch of anime, and
Mhm.
then I'd like go look at starting an anime and see the amount of episodes, and then I'd go, yeah, no.
I understand that completely, and that's something that's turned me off of a lot of anime. But Netflix has a fuck ton that are like 10 episodes long, and they're
Fair.
great from start to finish. Like Dragon's Dogma, the video game. There's an anime based off that that's really good. There was one called Super Crooks, which is like a cheesy Marvel-esque thing, except you're watching it from the supervillain perspective. And it's cheesy, but it's like the good kind of cheesy. And kind of shit like, holy shit. You just turned into a fucking ghost.
Neither. What makes the better chicken sandwich? Buffalo chicken or chicken parm? Neither.
Neither. Yeah.
There's only one buffalo sauce in existence that I enjoy.
There's more than one buffalo sauce?
Yes.
Do you mean like brand or like genre of buffalo sauce?
Like brand and just like, even if it's not a brand thing, like Buffalo Wild Wings has their own sauce, Wingstop has their own sauce that all taste very different.
Gotcha.
And the best one is by far Wingstop. And it's not their like regular, it's their hot. Wingstop's
See, I
hot
can't
buffalo,
do.
it's not that spicy. Well, it depends on what your threshold is. To me, it's not spicy at all.
Mine is the floor.
Ah, mine's not the floor. You know what is really spicy though?
Huh.
That Da Bomb.
What's that? Oh, you have the bomb?
Yeah, I did it for the first subathon I did. I also had to try the last dab. Last dab didn't hurt as bad, but I think that's because my tongue had already melted off because of the bomb.
Fair.
It tastes like kerosene, and I don't like it.
Ugh. How do you know what kerosene tastes
Don't
like?
ask questions.
I have many questions.
Don't ask, dog. Ugh. What?
I have many questions.
Why?
I don't. How do you know what kerosene tastes like?
Don't
Are
ask.
you chugging kerosene?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Did it for the Vine.
Oh.
Now Vine's dead. I say now Vine's dead as if that's news, and Vine didn't shut down like 10 years ago. Fuck, when did Vine shut down? God, I'm old.
It's been a long time.
2017. It's been 7 years.
Wow. You know, I never had a Vine account and never used Vine.
Wild.
Yeah. And it's so funny looking back at it because now I watch Vine compilations if I get like really, really bored at like 2 a.m.
Oh, dude, Vine compilations are the best. Get some free Shavaka in your life.
Yeah. There's some good ones.
Bro doesn't remember free Shavaka.
I do remember it. I just didn't see it on Vine. I saw it like elsewhere.
All the edits for free Shavaka mixed up with
Yeah.
songs. Free Shavaka.
TikTok is just better Vine though, sadly.
Disagree.
That's my
The fact
my
that you can
biggest
upload
Gen
like
Z
80-minute fucking videos on TikTok ruins it.
But
TikTok
that's
was
my
better
biggest-
when it had like a max of 3 minutes. So you could just get
Yeah.
your point across. That was it.
See, I disagree as a yapper because I like to yap.
I also like to yap, but the whole point of TikTok is to like not yap as much. If you want to
I don't know. I
yap,
don't.
make a YouTube video.
True. I don't fucking post on there anymore, anyways. So I don't care.
Same.
I
Like at
gave
all.
up. It's just not a rewarding platform.
I feel like such shit today. It's incredible.
That's how I am with my sinuses.
No, well, my sinuses were bad, but my allergy medicine kicked in. But my stomach is fucked up, and I don't know why. I blame Shaq,
Shaq.
like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, why? What did Shaq do?
I
Did he
ate a
punch you in the
Shaq
gut?
burger last night, so it was probably
What the fuck
Shaq.
is a Shaq burger?
Shaq made a. Look it up. It's like Shaq frozen burgers.
Oh, you bought a frozen hamburger from the
Well,
supermarket
it's just
and
a
ate
frozen patty. You gotta cook it.
it? So what's special? What makes it Shaq?
He put his name on it
Oh,
and his
So-
face, therefore it's his fault.
I know, but I'm saying, like, is there anything special about it?
Not as far as I know. They're just Angus beef patties. That's about it. Also from a company called Meat District. That's so wild.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy things from Meat District if I
Well,
was
I
you.
did. It might not have been the best choice in life.
That was your first mistake, relying on Meat District for quality
Well, we used
product.
it for a YouTube video, and then there were leftovers.
What was the YouTube video? The
Try-
Shaq burger?
Trying celebrity food items.
Oh, and you tried the Shaq burger.
The Shaq burger, then we did Gordon Ramsay's fish and chips. Then we did Guy Fieri's Sloppy Joe mac and cheese, and it was pretty ass. Feastables bar, and then a Dolly Parton cake.
I fucking love Feastables.
They suck
They're
now.
so good. Really?
Well, I don't know when you started to love
I haven't
them.
had one in like a month.
When they changed their branding recently,
Hmm.
they also changed the formula for their chocolate and changed it to basically just the same thing as Hershey's, which means not using any real chocolate. They don't use
Right.
any real chocolate anymore, so it sucks now. It's wonderful.
I'll have to.
At least to
like I
me
said,
personally, because I'm very big on the thing that Americans love as chocolate is gross and not good chocolate. I like real chocolate if I'm going to eat it, and if it tastes
this
like a
guy
Hershey's bar, it makes me very
being
unhappy.
a hipster.
That's not a hipster. That's just somebody who knows what they want in life.
Uh-huh.
Also,
What do you want in life?
well, I mean, do you want me to answer that?
Concerning. I mean, I asked the question.
Like, I got my goals, man. I just want to make content for a living and be able to live anywhere that's not here. Like, I want to move to Seattle and make content, live in,
Seattle.
yeah.
Interesting.
Most sports except for basketball for some reason. They got most sports.
It'll come back.
It's gotta. But they've got most sports and my favorite type of climate, the like always rainy shit. Yeah, if I could truly afford to, I'd move to like the UK or Ireland just because also the same type of weather.
Those places aren't real.
They better. They real and better.
If it's not in the United States, it doesn't exist.
That's just false. But yeah, favorite type of weather. Though the last time I went to the Pacific Northwest, which was for LTX in Vancouver last year, it was sunny all 3 days I was there. I was so
It's
mad.
because you went to Canada.
It was sunny all 3 days I was there. I was so pissed.
That's your fault. You went to Canada. You made a mistake.
Canada was great.
Why would you ever go to Canada?
So I know you're not the biggest tech guy, but you use an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Apple's finally fixing. So you know how whenever you text somebody on an Android, everything's worse? And
Yeah.
Apple always tried to make you believe it's because Android's worse when really it was just Apple like using an older standard and refusing to like be a good company.
Oh, really? Is that what it's been this whole time?
Yeah, I love Apple, but they do some dumb shit. So yeah, they were actually Apple was the problem, but they made their own users believe it was Android people. So Apple's finally adopting the real universal standard for everything. So now when you're texting your Android friends and you got the green bubbles, you'll be able to get like red receipts and be able to react to stuff and all of the, because they switch stuff. But seeing people post screenshots, so right now it's just the beta for the next version of iOS, but some people have it. And I'm actually at the point where I might start downloading the betas because, you know, I have two phones, so it's not a big deal anymore. Like if it fucks with this phone, it's like, oh, whatever. I'll just use the other one for a bit while I fix this one. But yeah, seeing red receipts and like reactions and all that shit from green bubble people is wild.
Green bubble people sounds like a slur. That sounds like a fucking Star Wars slur.
Maybe it is. Just wait for the next episode of The Acolyte in a couple hours.
Right. TikTok told me The Acolyte is canceled. They got rid of it. They stopped it.
No.
They canceled The Acolyte. That's what TikTok told me.
Yeah. I'm so mad. Did you watch have you watched The Acolyte yet?
Haven't touched it
yet.
You
should.
No.
It's great. It's good. I'm not going to say it's great. I made a video about it yesterday where literally the first thing I say in the videos, I have my gripes with The Acolyte. Like, I started yelling about it in the middle of this video. I was like, it has problems. Like, for whatever reason, this entire episode, two characters would be walking along and they'd start a conversation so they'd both stop walking to talk to each other. It's like, why? What? The entire episode, every time you started speaking, you had to stop. It's like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Just keep fucking walking. Why? Like, see, that's a real gripe to have with a show.
Yeah.
But like, well, Ki-Adi-Mundi's age changed. It's like, well, no, it didn't, because it was never a canon age.
Have you seen
but also,
the video?
Who fucking cares? Have we not watched Star Wars? George Lucas used to retcon it every year when he'd re-release the movies.
Have you seen the guy who went back to the old Phantom Menace extras DVD and called out all of the retcons that happened from it, including Ki-Adi-Mundi having a purple lightsaber
and Samuel L. Jackson? Samuel L. Jackson, yeah, Mace Windu having a blue one.
Yeah, but it's funny because that's where Ki-Adi-Mundi's canon. Jesus, if I could talk, Ki-Adi-Mundi's canon age comes from is that Phantom Menace CD.
Yeah. It just gets a lot of shit wrong.
Yeah.
Because it was never canon. That's my favorite thing. Well, Legends used to be canon. No, it didn't. George Lucas always said it was a different universe.
He fucking hated Legends.
Now, did he pull some shit from Legends? Because he'd go, damn, that's a good idea. I'm going to take that now. And because I own this shit, you're going to suck it, I guess.
Right.
You're lucky I even let you make what you make over there, you little loser. And
right.
That's how George Lucas used to operate. But like now that Disney does it, it's a bad thing. And all the people will like yelling. I saw somebody yelling about George Lucas and like, if you created a story, would you let somebody else do whatever they wanted to it? It's like,
if I sold
it to them, it's no longer
That's
mine.
The point.
You dipshit.
The whole point was George Lucas was like, I can't do this shit anymore. I'm old and I want a break.
I'm old and I don't want to deal with Star Wars fans because you guys treated George Lucas the same way. You've just forgotten.
They did the same exactly. This is the same shit that happened when the Phantom Menace came out. They were like, Darth Vader was a person? What the fuck? And then like dumb. Jar Jar Binks existing.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it though. I hated Jar Jar. Not enough to attack his actor, but I was like, every time he was on screen, it's like, fucking die. I want to see anybody else.
That's the best part. People are mad about like the people that are defending the Acolyte or like the liberal Star Wars fans or whatever. People forget the people that are on the other side of it right now were the shitty Star Wars fans back in the day who bullied Ahmad Best almost into suicide and ruined the career of the guy who played young Anakin. I can't remember his name.
That's what these fans do. They've done it with everybody except like Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman. And people were rude to her too. She's just
Hayden
incredible.
Christensen,
Hayden Christensen left Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like he just went and became a farmer. Bro's like, I'm fucking over it. which like every day I spend on the internet, it's like, man, I understand. I like making, I wish I could like make content, but like not exist on the internet at all.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to post on YouTube and then like not look at the internet for the rest of the day other than like to watch YouTube videos. And I don't want drama videos. I want to sit here and watch like the type of videos I make basically.
Yeah.
Because that's why I make them. I just don't want to watch my own because I hate myself. But that's its own issue. Like, I just want to watch somebody else do the same type of shit I do.
Yeah, no, it's just disgusting. Like, I haven't watched The Acolyte simply because I haven't had the time. It just,
Yeah.
like, I'm behind on Star Wars. I still haven't watched Andor. I haven't watched Ahsoka.
You need to watch Andor. It's the best. It is the best piece of Star Wars media, I think, ever.
I still haven't even finished Kenobi. Like, I'm just behind. Because the problem is I watch with my youngest sister, and when I'm busy, she's not busy. When I'm not busy, she's busy. So we don't have, there's not a lot of overlap. But it's not because I don't want to watch it. It's not because I'm buying into the liberal Star Wars bullshit. It's just, honestly, the conversations around those have made me not want to watch them as much, not because I agree with those people, but because I know the moment I turn it on and I see the things they're complaining about, and it's like the smallest thing that matters not at all, or they're complete idiots and just don't understand what's happening, I know it's going to piss me off. Yeah. And I don't feel like dealing with it.
It's like the Acolyte whole thing where like I got into a semantics argument, which you're not going to win one of those against me.
Mm-hmm.
In one of my TikTok comments where I was talking about it, because the twins in the Acolyte are that it's said that they were created kind of. The one lady says I carried them and the other lady says I made them, which doesn't actually tell us how they're made, but people are just assuming created through the Force, not by the Force. Those words mean different things. And somehow that ruins Anakin being the chosen one. And I'm like, even if they were created through the Force or even by the Force, just because you meet a pillar of prophecy doesn't mean you meet all of the pillars. This does nothing. Right. You fucking morons.
Like,
is like my first step. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Right, like not in Star Wars, but in like any other type of media that has a chosen one.
Yeah.
There has never been a trope that I've seen where part of being the chosen one is you were created a specific way.
Right.
90% of the time, it's some fucking kid that was born to a peasant.
Yep.
And then the kid has some personality trait or some crazy lineage. It's not, like, I'll put it this way. In order to be the chosen one, you don't have to be Jesus Christ. You don't have to be born to the Virgin Mary.
And which is because that's what Anakin was. So that's why, which kind of makes it, but it also doesn't. It kind of makes sense, but it doesn't, because the whole point of Anakin is just born through the Force creates the chosen one because of imbalance. That's it. That's all that happens. It was a reaction. The Force could create other children just for fun, or people can manipulate the Force to do things just for fun. Or the one I like to say, when it says I made them, so that's how they were made. It's like, no, it's not. How were they made? Just saying I made them doesn't answer the question. Because you want to know what probably happened? My headcanon so far, until they tell me in the show, because that's the other thing. We've got like 6 more episodes of show. They might just tell us.
Right.
Can't be mad until we know for sure. But my headcanon of it is they're clones that were carried by the one mother. Clones of the one carried by the other.
Well, no, but that ruins the clones, because they had to be the first clones ever. If there were other clones,
and they also revealed in that episode that there were other clones. Episode. I mean, it is episode 2 of the Attack of the Clones, but they literally tell us how there's other clones. You know who ruins clones? Omega.
I like Omega, though.
I still want to know who she was cloned from. Because I don't think it was actually Jango.
I guess not. Because I wouldn't begin to question how cloning works, but couldn't you just fuck around with the chromosomes?
I mean, probably, but I feel like, I don't know, at that point, why not clone somebody else? I feel like there's a real gripe with Star Wars you can have, is they never explain who the fuck Omega is. And now the Bad Batch is over, so we're never gonna know.
Sure, but I don't think that'll be the last time we see that character, especially with the last episode them setting her up.
No, but I just don't
like,
think she'll ever come back as a young character where they talk about it. And I just feel like that'll just be glossed over like most things in Star Wars.
Yeah. I could definitely see Filoni, though. Someone being like, how the fuck did that happen? And him just being like, oh, Jango Fett had a secret lover, and they cloned her.
Literally
and
anything.
It's, like, okay.
It's just like, who is she? I'm curious. I want to know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I could also see, like, later on down the line, like, I do think them showing older Omega is them saying, like, she's going to show up later as a Resistance character. She thought.
Well, I don't know if she'd ever show up as a Resistance character. Aging for clones is weird. So
yeah,
because she was headed off to fight in the rebellion, but I think that we're probably going to get
not
more
Resistance, Rebellion.
Oh, I was thinking I don't know if she's showing up against the.
I forgot
First Order.
Those are two different things technically.
Yeah.
Because
it's
I
time
meant in the
period
Rebellion.
significant.
Right.
It's like
because the Resistance that's against
the First Order.
The First
later.
Order, and then and then Rebellion is the OG against Vader. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, I could see, like, a storyline where it's like during the Rebellion they find some fucking lost article or some lost data or some lost fucking documents or some shit, and it's like, oh, there was a secret like how they did the Snoke thing where it's like, here's a secret plan to bring back Sidious in the in the Mandalorian. It's like, here's a secret plan to give the clones female companions so they could repopulate and clone faster, or some weird crazy shit like that. Like, they're pretty good at stuff like that if people have interest in it, like going back and I don't want to say ham fisting, but just like making something up to make it work. And for me it's like, okay, that works.
But that ruins canon because they didn't explain it immediately, and it's been.
Listen, if you're worried about realistic storytelling in space lasers, fuck off.
That's been the big thing with the Acolyte, though, is like, well, a Sith existing ruins canon. It's like, no, we've literally been told multiple times Sith existed the whole time. But Ki-Adi-Mundi said they were extinct. It's like, we're really taking that asshole's word for it? I fucking hate that guy.
Jedi Council were fucking stupid.
The Jedi Council were stupid. But also, this whole thing of like, well, this dark side Force user with a red lightsaber, why wouldn't you assume it's Sith? It's like, first of all, from the Jedi's point of view, because remember, the Jedi have not watched Star Wars. I don't know if you knew that. They have not. They don't have all the information we do. We have more information than these characters. That's how shows work.
Yeah.
But it's like, for 700 years, the Sith have been extinct. Nobody's seen one at the time of this show. So, dark side Force user with a red lightsaber shows up. Most Jedi aren't going to know what a Sith is. So they are not going to assume Sith. They're going to assume, the person who uses the Force, evil.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah. We should stop them.
Fallen Jedi.
Right. Nobody's going to assume Sith. Right. And then, well, why does Ki-Adi-Mundi say they've been extinct? Qui-Gon, the line before that, this is what gets me so hung up. The line before that is Qui-Gon going, yo, I fought a Sith Lord. Nope, they've been extinct for a millennia. It's like, dude, they're the Jedi. They're the most arrogant, pompous assholes ever. That's the point of Jedi. Especially at that time period. That's literally what the prequels spend all of their time showing you, is the arrogance of the Jedi is why the Jedi fall. They sat next to the most powerful Sith of all time for years and never noticed.
Yeah.
It took some angsty teenager to figure it out.
Right.
And he had to be like handheld by the Sith Lord to figure it out.
Right.
Come on, think about it for a minute, Anakin. I can teach you some stuff.
And it's so ironic too. And I don't want to make it political, but it is. It is, because it's Star Wars. the same people that hate like the Acolyte and the non-canon canon breaking bullshit are the same people that like if a Sidious like character were to rise to power, they would back them.
Yeah.
And think they were right. It's almost like we've seen that happen in the last 5-10 years.
It's also like we've seen that happen throughout like all of human history.
Right. And it's almost like that's the whole point of Star Wars, is showing the hypocrisies of governments and politics. Especially
No,
the
there's
prequels.
never been politics in my Star Wars, not until Disney took over. It was never political. The entirety of the prequels wasn't spent in a Senate chamber. No.
Yeah, the B plot of fucking Phantom Menace certainly was not negotiating.
I mean,
a
I feel
trade
like
route.
that's the A plot because it has the most screen time.
I mean, yeah, I guess it is because that's why Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon get sent there in the first place, is because they're being diplomats for the Jedi to handle the negotiations. So I would argue that I think they start with the B plot, then that feeds into the A plot, which is the Anakin shenanigans.
Fair.
Although maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not a storyteller. I didn't write the fucking movie. Ask George Lucas what the A plot is, and he'll probably say, I don't know, whichever one has more politics in it, because that was kind of the point.
I love that. How do you politely tell a visitor that it's time to go home? Well, if you're from the Midwest, or whatever the hell Wyoming is, because apparently we're not the Midwest, even though we are the middle western part of the country, so I don't really understand the meaning of Midwest, because
Right.
Ohio is Midwest, even though that's literally on the eastern side of the Mississippi, which is supposed to be the thing that breaks down.
Right.
I hate the way Americans figure things out most of the time hurts my soul. It's dumb every time. But if you're from the Midwest, you just say "welp" really forcefully and slap your knees with your hands. Other Midwesterners will recognize the signal and say, well, suppose we should head out. But then you kind of talk at the door for 10 minutes because Midwestern goodbye.
Right.
Well, you stand up and then you talk a little more and then you walk to the door and you talk a little more, and Miller just saw something that made him.
They greenlit Green Lantern show.
Oh, yeah. About Hal
That's pretty
Jordan.
sick. Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Yeah, but it has Hal Jordan, so it's an L.
But why do we hate Hal Jordan? What do I not know?
Why don't we hate Hal Jordan?
What do I not know? Is there something other than he's kind of arrogant?
Oh, he's definitely more than just kind of arrogant.
Okay, is there anything more than that? Is there anything more than him being like the stereotypical hotshot?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm finding. I want to make sure I'm not just making shit
Did he
up.
diddle kids or something?
No, I don't think it was that bad.
Okay. Did he diddle someone without their consent?
I don't think so. He did slaughter the entirety of the Green Lantern Corps once.
But is that a canon thing, or is that
Well, I mean,
like
it's comics. Nothing's canon, and it's all canon. It's comics.
right? But I was asking if that's like an Elseworld thing, or if that's
No, I think that was just I think it was just a real thing. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been the biggest DC guy, so I'm not able to like, hammer that one home as much as I can Marvel.
The reason I'm asking is because you said it, and then the reason I saw it was because Grayson quote tweeted it, and his quote was, "All my homies hate Hal Jordan."
Yeah.
It's like, why? He's just he's a hotshot. Like, what else is there? Because I'm not a big Green Lantern guy. I don't know a lot about them other than
It also
like
didn't
Justice
help
League.
that finally when Hal wasn't a Green Lantern for a stretch, I'm trying to remember his name, Kyle whatever, was the Green Lantern for a while, who was just better, and then they like got rid of him and brought Hal back, and that caused a problem.
My Green Lantern's always been Jon Stewart, but I've always thought Hal Jordan was fun.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to see if there's any other shit. 10 most unforgivable things Hal Jordan has ever done. He punched out Batman. Well, I just don't think that's possible.
Well,
he forced baseball fans to confess their sins. What does that even mean? Hal Jordan tried to enjoy a baseball game with his friend Guy Gardner and Jon Stewart. At the time, Hal was still the Spectre. I forgot about that whole thing. The divine embodiment of God's wrath. Despite his almost infinite powers, he thought he could just take one day to be a regular guy hanging out with his buds at the game. It was not long before the crowds in the stadium began to swarm, confessing their sins to absolve themselves of guilt. That's something, I guess.
Okay, according to Grayson, he canonically had relations with a 13-year-old, which, what?
I'm seeing if that's true. But if it is, it'll be in this fucking thing. He sided with a slumlord. That sounds like a Hal Jordan thing to do. Obeying the law and doing what is right are two very different things. As a cop, Hal Jordan is interested in the law. His best friend, Green Arrow, is more committed to the social justice work of actually helping people rather than enforcing arbitrary laws. Two heroes famously teamed up to tackle issues such as pollution.
I found it.
Oh, did you? Is it? Is that a real thing? Oh, well.
So, I'm not going to say technically that's not true, but it's a weird story. So, in the Green Lantern Corps, they get a 13-year-old girl named Arissa, I believe is how you say her name. And when she was introduced, her first thing was to crush hard on Hal Jordan, but he kept his distance and would refuse her advances as he saw her more as a little sister. Then one day the two get stuck in a cave, and just now, for whatever reason, she uses her powers to subconsciously age herself up to seem like an adult. And then Hal is just like, works for me. And then jokes about how he's going to have to convince the rest of the Green Lantern Corps that he doesn't like kids after they.
So he knew what he did was fucked up and still, all right.
What?
When you're already thinking about how I have to make excuses for this thing I'm about to do.
This relationship lasted 2 whole years.
Oh, that's not.
Of real life time.
That's not good. That's not good.
And this was before the Slade and Terra thing.
Slade and Terra. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every time I watched original Teen Titans, I just remember how fucked up the Teen Titans are.
Yeah. But But again, the weird thing about comics is, like, is this something that every version of Green Lantern's done, or was this just one shitty writer? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But
yeah,
still,
like,
he chose to
a-
write that character that way, therefore fuck that character. That's just kind of the view, I think.
I feel like maybe I'm just coping, but I always feel like because it's a fucking fictional character that can be written by different people different ways.
Right.
It becomes like kind of a gray area. Like, for example, in Marvel with the Wanda and Pietro, like their whole thing in the Ultimates universe, where they have a thing going on,
Yeah.
but in every other universe they don't. So it's like no one cares.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Actual quote from the comic is so much worse.
Oh God, what is it?
For him saying, I have to show them I don't like kids. No, his actual quote is, now I have to convince them I'm not a child molester.
Oh.
That's his official line. That's, hopefully this podcast doesn't get taken down for that. Apparently he wants to convince everybody he's not Dr. Disrespect. Which we totally didn't talk about, but that's okay. I don't really think there's much to say.
Yeah, Dr. disrespects the age of consent. It just baffles me that the motherfucker can be like, hey, listen, I definitely had inappropriate conversations with an underage girl. However, I am not an enjoyer of children. That doesn't mean I like kids. I just did it this one time. Like it's like I told you off camera. Did he watch an episode of To Catch a Predator? It was like that's a soundproof logic right there.
Sound logic right there.
Like no. I mean, I think the only thing to be said about it is if his company that he started dropped him, then that should be all you need because they can't do that without substantial evidence or else they have a lawsuit that would bury them completely on their hands, especially with everything else dropping them.
Yeah.
Because he's been banned from Twitch for a while now, right?
Yeah, since 2020.
What was he streaming on that Kick?
No, YouTube.
Oh, he was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Jinkies. Unfortunate.
Very.
Sure he won't be doing that anymore.
I'm sure he still will.
I don't know if they'll let him. I would hope not.
Technically, there's nothing YouTube can really do. He didn't do
They can't
anything
ban his
against the
account?
rules on their platform. So, like,
Sure,
you
but
can, but he can just create another one.
That's
But
so
even then,
unfortunate.
you can't, like, it's one of those things, as much as it sucks, you can't just, well, as a private business, you can, but that, so it's the whole thing with, like, why would Twitch not want to air this out? You want to know what my assumption is? Why Twitch buried it and paid him off? They don't want
Because they
people
let
to,
it happen.
they don't want people to know they're reading the private messages on the app.
Oh, right.
Because that's a really shady thing to do. Even though
Yeah.
why you would assume that they're not is
Yeah.
weirder, but yeah.
It's a disgusting situation, just utterly repulsive.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was never a fan.
Fair. I'm just mad that I ever bought that hoodie now, especially since I can't undockify it, which sucks.
Yeah.
That does suck. That was an expensive ass hoodie. And no, I
Yeah.
didn't get it because I was a fan of Doc. Didn't like Doc, just liked the hoodie. Showed it to Miller earlier. He got it. He
I
understood.
was gonna say, it's a cool looking hoodie, but again, he's
Yeah.
a douchebag. He's always been a douchebag.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's just he's a douchebag that likes little kids.
Yeah, that's much worse.
Oh god, Grayson hit me with the screenshots.
Oh no.
Apparently now he's been flirting with 16-year-old Supergirl as well.
Nice.
Unfortunate.
Ew. That hot dog does not look good. So some guy at a baseball game just posted a picture of his hot dog at the game. I can see why that's a $2 hot dog. It might only be worth $1. Also, I'm a little offended that the only thing on that hot dog is mustard.
Mustard is a bottom tier condiment.
I don't agree with that, but I feel like it's a hot dog. You gotta load it up with stuff. And no, I don't mean ketchup. You just gotta put stuff on there. Hot dog's just a base. You gotta add stuff.
I think you'd be disgusted if you knew what I did with a
Yeah,
hot
I know.
dog.
You put fucking barbecue sauce on it, you piece of shit.
I put barbecue sauce on everything.
Piece of shit.
It's the best sauce.
I don't know about that.
It's in my opinion, it is the best sauce.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything much else to talk about. This is gonna be the shortest yap sesh between Geek and Miller ever.
I
But
know
I
we're not
kind
going
of
for
feel like
4
shit.
hours.
So, and we
Yeah.
have another
Plus we have
podcast to do.
We have to
So,
run the north tonight. Yeah.
and then I should probably stream. I'm trying to decide if I want to stream before we record Run the North or not.
If you feel like shit, I know this is a pain in the ass pushing it again, but we could push to tomorrow. I'd be
I
free.
don't think we can. Every
Okay.
time we keep pushing it, it never works, and we miss the
Okay,
episode.
I'm just
so-
saying if you feel bad, I'm trying to work around you.
Oh no, I'm good.
Trying to give you the
Have
benefit of
you
the doubt. Okay.
met me?
Well, I know. I'm just saying I don't want to inconvenience you. I'm
I'll
just
be
saying
fine.
you have the option because
I
I don't
appreciate
have
that.
D&D tomorrow.
I just
Our
don't
group
show
is
up.
all
Also,
scattered.
tomorrow's only Wednesday. Oh,
Yeah.
but you're like real. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, my real life D&D is Wednesday, and then my D&D with online friends is Thursday. But my Wednesday this week I don't have because everybody is doing other things because summer. There would be 2 of us, and we're not doing a DM and 1-person session,
Elbows.
unfortunately.
I'm still mad. I'm still not in the campaign that I want to be in yet because Miller's a hater.
Oh no, how dare I craft a story and want to put you in at the right time.
Don't worry. I still stand by. I think I'm showing up on Thursday. I'm staying ready.
If
As
they
much
go
as
around,
you're prepared
if they manage
for,
to avoid all the prep I have, I'm going to be not mad because I can just bookmark it and use it later, but it would be so inconvenient.
be so funny though. And you know one person in your crew is going to try.
Yeah, but I think I have a good enough story hook that the others will want to follow suit. Because it's fun. I have a fun thing planned.
Fair.
I forget, when does this go up?
Thursday morning.
Oh, okay, so I can't say anything on here.
I'm trying to think of who plays your games that watches this podcast.
Too risky.
That's fair. Okay, but also are they making it an hour and a half into our yap session?
I mean,
Maybe I'll
Grayson
end
might.
and let you hit me with it after. But so Miller, tell the people about you, where to find you, all the stuff you do.
Yeah, Miller Football everywhere. Twitter, YouTube primarily, sometimes TikTok. There's also an Instagram. I don't use it.
Same.
Run the North, Geek and I and Jake sometimes. We do sports podcast, and then also sometimes with me and Grayson and a couple other lovely folks, we do a Bears themed podcast called Bear Down Boys. But that's once in a blue moon, so just Miller Football. I do the things and the stuff and tweet about stuff and make videos about things.
True. Has me on videos sometimes. Has me forget that Kari Blazengame was a Viking for a bit.
Don't call him that. That's not his name.
It's so much more fun to say it that way, though.
Blassin' game.
I know. I see. That's the difference, though. You know, I know the correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just fucking around. If you would have never showed me the video of that guy saying it so wrong, I don't think I ever would have started. But now it's just funny. Kari Blazengame. But all right, since Miller's now distracted, I think we'll go ahead and wrap that up there. So make sure you go follow Miller, follow Run the North, all that fun stuff. And yeah, without any further ado, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.